Welcome to With the First Pick. We're going team by team to build a perfect 7-round mock draft. Who's on the clock today? We're breaking down the Las Vegas Raiders, their biggest needs, best fits, and sleeper picks that could make their draft. And by the time we're done, you'll have a complete blueprint for how they can dominate draft weekend. That's Josh Edwards. I'm Ryan Wilson. It's time to get on the clock and build the perfect draft for the old Las Vegas Raiders. Picking 6th. Now, Josh, they have a quarterback in Geno Smith. They just got Raheem Mostert to help in the backfield because they had some dire needs at the running back position. Done a couple things on defense, Landon Roberts, Jeremy Chin, but otherwise they are wide open for business. And immediately at 6, 2 skill position players staring you in the face. Tedero McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona. Ashton Jeanty, running back, Boise State. But you, sir, can go any direction you would like.
Yeah, I love Ashton Jeanty, big fan. But I think you can patch up the running back position later in this draft as well. So I'm going to go with Ted McMillan, give Geno Smith another weapon to go along with Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers, Ted McMillan, Trey Tucker, and of course, Brock Bowers. Ramel Keaton is currently the number 2 wide receiver as we do this in the middle of March for the Las Vegas Raiders. So it's just something to keep in mind. Next up, pick 37. Okay. Where do you want to go now?
Corner is a big need for them. Corner is a big need. If we scroll down, I'm assuming there's probably some good options. Trey Amos from Ole Miss.
So
I like him quite a bit. Azariah Thomas.
Azariah Thomas out of Florida State. You know what? I know some teams that are pretty high on Benjamin Morris and not worried about the hip injury out of Notre Dame as well. But I'll let you decide here. So the cornerback currently Cameron Richardson and Jack Jones. So they need some. They did sign Eric Stokes, but he battled injury. The former first-round pick out of Georgia, who played with the Packers initially.
Yeah, they have a couple young guys to develop as well. I'm gonna go with Trey Amos from Ole Miss.
He is a dude. Jackson Dart told us at the combine that was the toughest cornerback he faced in the SEC. I don't think he was just saying that because it's his teammate. The tape sort of proves that as well. Pick 68. So we have cornerback. We have a wide receiver. They'll get to work off each other in practice. And now we can go running back. We can go Cam Scatterboo staring you in the face. Pick 68 is probably a little too rich for Scatterboo for you if I had to go on a hunch. So what are you thinking?
What are the other options at running back?
Dylan Sampson, R.J. Harvey, DJ Giddens, Devin Neal.
I still think we can get a good player at 108. I would be more inclined to take either Omar Norman-Lott, the defensive tackle from Tennessee, or Ariante Ursary, the offensive lineman from Minnesota. So if you have a preference between those two or a different player.
I like them both. And I think at pick 68, they could – Ursary will probably be gone. Norman Lott, maybe this is around the range. We'll see. I think he's a little undersized in terms of height, but he is explosive. So they have Colton Miller and they have DJ Glaze. DJ Glaze, I think, second year coming out of Maryland. Look at that. Debo's going inside the numbers. PFF mock draft simulator here. I'll defer to you. I'm the assistant GM. To quote Rick Spielman, I'm the scout in the corner. I like both these players.
I do, and I think it's more likely that Norman Lott is available at this point.
Yeah.
So if we want to be realistic, let's go with Omar Norman-Lott.
I love it. All right, pick 143. We're into the 5th round. Oh, wait, I jumped ahead. 108, as you mentioned. 4th round first. All right. So let's see here. This feels like a situation where maybe a quarterback might be more likely, not necessarily this exact pick, but maybe this range, because Geno Smith's 34. He has 2 or 3 year deal, I think is what he upped. And then Aiden O'Connell proved that he wasn't going to be the long-term answer. And they have Carter Bradley, Gus Bradley's son, also on the roster. So just throwing that out there. We don't have to go in that direction right now. Anything else getting you going here?
I would say I'm good with the quarterback as well. I think you have to consider that at some point for them. The other consideration for me would be Miami running back Damian Martinez, who, I thought was better before he transferred to Miami, but then he showed improvements in pass protection this year. I think he's a really well-rounded player.
I like him.
So if we wanted to give some depth to that room, we could go in that direction.
Yep, he's a bulldozer with a little juice. I don't think he ran fast at the combine, but he plays fast on that. Let's go with Damian Martinez because they need something. Raheem Mostert is no spring chicken, and behind that, there's only Sincere McCormick and Zamir White. Now we get to pick 143. Now we're in the 5th round.
Could be our quarterback.
Riley Leonard's, I don't know if I want him. Let's see if they took my guy, Will Howard.
Dylan Gabriel could be fun. If you're playing in a dome on the West Coast, if you're worried about the size, Kyle McCord is still there. Quinn Ewers. I mean, you really have the pick of the litter.
I would
among that
lean
group
towards Quinn Ewers because if he's healthy, he's certainly a much better player. The health has been the concern. That'd be my choice. I don't want to draft a 5'10" quarterback in the 5th round. I say that as someone who's 5'10" on a good day. All right, so Quinn Ewers, day 3 right now, feels about right. I think he's better than that. All right, next up, pick 180. Where are we going to go now, Josh? Best available in special teams angles?
Yeah, what are the safety options?
Elijah Clark, Dean Clark, Syracuse and Fresno State. Scroll down a little bit, Debo. Are we at oh, there we go. Keaton Crawford, R.J. Mickens. I like R.J. Mickens. Malachi Moore's a super smart player.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some intriguing players there, but
Dante Trader Jr. out of Maryland, I think, is a really good player.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good players there that I think we can probably even wait until 213 and still get a good player.
All right.
A guy like Jonah Monheim, who I saw was available, we can add some depth to the interior offensive line.
Let's do it.
From USC.
There he is. Interior offensive lineman for USC. Going at pick 180. 3 more picks to go. 2 comp picks, and then our 7th round pick, so pick 213. And check the safeties here. And I'll let you have your pick of the litter here. I like a lot of these guys. R.J. Mickens, Keaton Crawford, Clemson and Nevada, and then there are a couple other guys I think we saw down there. Dante Trader Jr.
Let's go with Craig Woodson, the safety from California.
Wow, and you went with Craig Woodson.
Mix it up a little bit.
Mix it up.
Could even take 2 of them. We got another pick here and 2 picks. So
it's true. And because they signed Jeremy Chin, they signed your guy Lonnie Johnson Jr., who's now playing safety or listed as safety, former Texan, played at Kentucky. And you know what? Hit the wide receivers, Debo, because I mean we got one, but they have a couple needs there. I just want to see if there's anyone that we missed. My guy Efton Chisholm, I love Efton Chisholm out of Eastern Washington. Had a really good Senior Bowl when he got the call up. Sam Brown and Will Shepard, big wide receivers. The Colorado guys, LeJontay Wester and Jimmy Horn are there. Theo Weiss played opposite Luther Burden's a really good player. Any of those guys? Jackson Meeks. All right, we're taking Jackson Meeks. We got to take my guy Jackson Meeks out of Syracuse, former Georgia transfer. Had a good stretch at the end of the season. Played well the Shrine Bowl. Needs to be a little bit more consistent in terms of separating, but he's a big target down the field, and he'll have a chance to make the roster. All right, pick 222, the last pick here. I won't infringe on what you're thinking here. So you make the magic happen here, Josh.
Let's double down on Cal players. Let's go with the linebacker, Teddy Buchanan.
You're the biggest Cal supporter this side of John Breach, whose dad played.
Apparently. Yeah.
All right, that's it. The Grand Slam draft. This ain't that. As Pete Prisco says, Rick Spielman, this ain't that hard.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Tet McMillan, wide receiver 1. Trey Amos, I mean, that's a first-round pick that you're getting early in round 2, the cornerback out of Ole Miss. Omar Norman Lott, may not have heard a lot about him, but he is a good, explosive interior defensive lineman from Tennessee. Damian Martinez, bowling ball out of the U, running back. Quinn Ewers, a little depth behind Gino, Eugene Searle Smith III. And then offensive lineman, safety, wide receiver, linebacker to wrap things up for Las Vegas Raiders. And that's a wrap for their perfect draft. Make sure to subscribe to NFL and CBS on YouTube and download With the First Pick wherever you get your podcast. Stay tuned for more Ultimate Mock Drafts because we're hitting all 32 teams.